I started my own business, Diseño Web Designs. I took my sales calls in the closet next to Willie's room, completed my service delivery at that back table, and invested the money I made back into the business. What started as a small venture turned into my current business, Blackbeam Designs, where I build websites for roofing companies. But none of this success would have been possible without YSC Academy. YSC provided me with what most people chase their entire lives: freedom. I know that something in my life I want to do is speak to others, whether it's presenting something, speaking in front of a lot of people, like 500 people, a TED Talk, whatever it is. It's just every time I present, I go over the top and people are always surprised at what I do. I'm learning from Hamza Ahmed, watching his hour-long course in his Library of Adonis on mastery, and I am going through this process thinking back in my childhood of what things did I have this natural inclination to do. And I remember in 6th grade when I presented something about soccer and the history of soccer, and instead of just doing like everybody else, just sitting up there with my paper talking, I created a whole diorama with my mom of an actual soccer field. We created little stick figures with popsicle sticks, painted the players, made goals, had a little ball in there. And so after I talked about it, then everybody came up and we played a little basically foosball game with it. And like everybody was so surprised, so was the teacher. Then I give presentations in high school and the teacher says I do really well, people are interested. And then more recently, my graduation speech talked about it with somebody named Ozzy at the school, and he said I needed to be the best. 1, because I'm Black. 2, because he knows I'm intelligent. He knows I have good things in my life, so I should be the best one up there. And then I go and do a 5-minute speech, 5.5-minute speech when it's only supposed to be 2 minutes. Everyone's clapping. I get a standing applause from everybody, the only one who's got that. And then he comes up to me afterwards and people come up to me, dapping me up, giving me handshakes, asking for my name and saying that I did phenomenal. And then the CEO of the school, Richie Graham, comes up to me afterwards. We had dinner the night before with the whole class, but he comes up to me afterwards, says, "Amazing speech, son," and says, "We'll keep in touch about the business." It's little things like that. And so I know speaking, somehow speaking will be in my life. I guess I'm just gonna sell this $5 course on it just to see, like, get a little success on it. I have no clue what I will be teaching because I'm still figuring out. I guess I can teach how to be confident when speaking, because when I went up to do the graduation speech, the first thing I did, so I was nervous walking up, but the first thing I did, I saw everybody, I was like, wow, a lot of people, and then I started laughing, and it was like this. I just started laughing and smiling, and I heard somebody say, "Dang, he's cheesing," and I was like, nah, I'm just smiling, and I was like taking in the moment, and I was like, dang, this is nice. So I was up like this, I like took a deep breath, I turned around, and so say this is where the people are facing. So I was walking up the stairs, turned around, I was like, dang, a lot of people, and then I started smiling immediately. I was like, and that kind of broke the ice. And then even for the first words, I was a little nervous because I was practicing and sometimes I mix them up. And then I just started reading. I had the paper there and then immediately went into flow state, which was real nice. So I guess speaking about how to be confident when speaking, and basically the nervousness that people get when speaking and that I get, even though I always get compliments after I speak to people and speak to these groups. People are asking for my name. The owner of the private school saying, "We'll keep in touch about the business." It was an amazing graduation speech. And some of my classmates, one of my classmates saying, I won't say his name, but saying that it was an amazing speech. He texted me on Instagram. But even though I get the compliments, I'm still always nervous before. Like I'll practice a lot, but I'm still nervous. It's not like the nerves ever go away, which is interesting. Even though I know I'm good at it, I'm still nervous. That's the most interesting thing to me, is that I've been giving these speeches all through high school. just presentations in history class and English and stuff of that sort. Then graduation speech, but I have all this practice and I'm good at it, but I still get nervous. And I think the main thing, the reason why I'm good at it is that for that graduation speech, like no ChatGPT, no AI, but it was just what came to my mind. And when I was writing some parts like about my little brother Nick, I almost teared up because it was just complete honesty. I like to write completely honest things, and so I'll write ideas about things I want to speak about. So basically everybody started the speech thanking Richie, the owner of the school, and Dr. Newhall, who was the principal. I got at school for I think 13 years, something like that. But I started the speech out saying, at 16 years old, I started my own business, Diseño Web Design. So just speaking about whatever I want to speak about, which was nice. I like that. Beautiful woman walking outside my window right now. Holy smokes. I wanted to talk to her ever since I've seen her. Haven't, but I think I should soon. I think I will soon. Anyways. Sell a $5 course on school. No clue where I'm I guess that confidence piece and then what to say, like, it just comes from the heart. I guess that was for like graduation speech, but for something like a more structured speech like history class or something, I don't know. Figure it out, but just wanted to make this first video. I just learned about this from Hamza literally a minute before making this video. I was like, why wait? I'll just make it. So I'll name this Selling a $5 Speaking Course. I don't even have the school created yet. I guess I can go create that now. All right.